part 3 of Mistborn, that's chapters 16 through 25. I said I wasn't going to talk about these as much as I did the Empyrean series, but I just feel that recaps are necessary. Vin has been asleep for like 2 weeks recovering since part 2. Sazed is some kind of allomancer that's called a keeper, so he just like remembers everything, including like, I think he said like 100 plus languages. It's suspected that Kelsier's wife, I think her name's Mare, was the one who betrayed him, causing him to end up in the pits. We get a flower sighting, because I guess they don't have those there, and it's like it's the first time she's ever seen a flower, and I feel that was really good, like, show don't tell world building. Like, she doesn't even know what it is. Vin is like hella bored from recovering, because she's been recovering for like 4 weeks, and she finally gets permission to go to another ball, which she's admitting that she really likes doing, and her and Kelsier kind of finally have a conversation about what his motivations are, which as the reader I felt was really important, because it's very hard to tell how trustworthy he actually is. And is he saying what she wants to hear, or is he saying his truth? I don't know, but I felt like it was a good moment to see into him. Kelsier's wife's death is what caused him to snap, which is this event where a traumatic experience causes an allomancer's gifts to manifest. Vin goes to a party where she meets Shan, who's Ellen's not fiance, and she's an allomancer. She's trying to soothe Vin, but Vin knows because she's also an allomancer. But like, Shan is giving very manipulative. Ellen has a book that's giving treason, and he's just like casually reading it at this party. A scout from the kitchens, like a boy, is begging, and a nobleman kills him, and Vin sees it happen, and I feel like it's starting to be a turning point for her, where she sees the casualty of it and the cruelty of just casual murder and how they truly see the Ska, and if they knew that she was Ska, she would be in that same position. Because in other cases, when it comes to these people who are kind of now her friends, she's a bit delulu. Spook, who I know he's not that much younger than her, but I pictured him as very childlike, gives her a handkerchief, meaning he now wants to start seriously courting her. Like I said, Vin is a little bit delulu about her court friends, because she asks Doxson about his life when he was a plantation Ska, and he tells her about it, and he seems like not emotionless about it, but like he's learned how to shut down his emotions about like an incredibly traumatic experience, it sounds like, but also just the only thing that he knew. And Doxson tells Vin about how the woman that he loved while he was a plantation Ska was taken and essayed by a nobleman who then had her killed because they don't want to risk Ska reproducing with noblemen. And he's saying, they all do this. This is what the noblemen do. They don't see us as human. And then, like I said, she's a bit delulu. She can't wrap her mind around the fact that this is how they are. Of course she's going back to, is Ellen this way? Has Ellen done this? Is this the kind of thing that he does regularly? Kelsier causing tensions between the houses is working. Shan, who like I said is very manipulative, is asking Vin to look through Ellen's books and then report back to her. So greater motivation there, not just a petty court girl. Vin sees Ellen again after her conversation with Doxson and can't help but crying, and asks him, have you ever slept with a Ska woman? Have you ever had them killed? And he admits that when he was 13, his dad said, it's time for you to become a man. Took him to the brothels, had him sleep with one of them, and then when he later found out that she was killed because of that, he decided to never do it again. And it takes a bit of back and forth for Vin to decide, okay, I believe you. I believe that this is the kind of person that you truly are, what you've told me, and then she decides to open up about what the Ska are really like from her perspective without saying, hey, BT-dubs, I am Ska. End of this conversation, Ellen gives her his handkerchief. They find out that a Ska rebellion has attacked up north. This is also the army that they were counting on. The army did not stand a chance, and in terms of the amount of men that attacked, not a whole lot are left. That's my recap, not my thoughts. The epigraphs have me so thrown sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, is this the Lord Ruler? Like, did he write this? Did Kelsier write this? Is this like a future writing from Vin? I really can't tell. Don't tell me, don't tell me. But I am putting a lot of thought into that, and I enjoy the mystery around the epigraphs. I also love that in part 3, Kelsier seemed a bit more like a well-rounded character, a bit more dynamic. That being said, he's also low-key giving serial killer. He's just a bit too comfortable killing. It's a bit too willy-nilly. And even though I am happy to get more of a dynamic character from him to understand him more, I don't connect to reading him. So when I'm in his point of view, I'm really having to make myself focus, because it's not holding my attention. I think the story is really good, but the writing style has just been a bit dry for me. At this point, I'm not positive if I'm going to continue on to the second book or not. I am going to finish this one. I'm interested to see how it ends, but I'm not taken in the way that I expected to be and that I find myself taken by other books.